Good afternoon. Happy Wednesday, October 14th. Today's my favorite son-in-law's birthday. He happens to be my only son-in-law. I would never say that if I had more than one. Hope you're all doing well. If you come on, please say hello. It's more fun with the more people we have. Hi, Donna. How are you? It's a very pretty day here in Kansas City. The wind is pretty whippy though. Guess it's blowing in some cold air. I had a fun evening last night. I had a girls' night out Zoom call. Some friends of mine. I mailed everybody a little make and take kit in the mail, and we got together on Zoom and we made a little card and caught up with each other. So that was really fun, but I stayed up way later than I should have, and I paid for it this morning because I have just been really tired. Or it could be the weather change. Hi, Carol. Hi, Loopy. I'm really tired. And there's a lost package with some kind of important things in it that I'm going to have to figure out if I can get it from the post office. I think it probably went to the wrong house. And hopefully it's going to turn up. But I'm a little anxious about that. But anyway, if that's the only problems I have in my life, I'm a pretty lucky girl. So today, let me switch us all around here. We're going to make a really cute card. I love it. And I'm going to have a little sneak peek of something coming up in November on the card, a little teaser. Don't forget about the Designer Series paper sale, the month of October, 15% off select patterns. I did go to the inventory site and they are still all available. So I think I'm going to grab me another pack of the Plaid Tidings while it's reduced because I have been using that stuff up. Hello, Mom. My mom is on. Everybody say hello to Pat. And then Monday is my retired product sale. The Wellness Wheel, 5742 North Broadway, Gladstone, Missouri, from 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. Wear your mask and come and shop for some. I have some new stamp sets. Most of them are gently used, but I do have some brand new stamp sets. I have some brand new packs of paper, and I'm going to put together some, similar papers, holiday and all that. I have just a lot of stuff. I have some stamping storage items, craft storage, not specifically stamping storage. So if you're in the Kansas City area, pop on by and see if you can find a deal. And this is the card we're going to make today. Isn't that cute? And these little birds are the teaser. In November, you are going to have the opportunity. Let me grab this. And I think this is going to be my November class to go because I have seen some really pretty things made with the Curvy Christmas. The bundle is the Quite Curvy stamp set. And it is a sneak preview from the spring catalog that's coming in the January catalog that you get to order early. And then the curvy dies. I'm just loving these curvy dies. They're very on trend. But I used the little bird dies for the card today. So I'm going to tease you with that a little bit. The paper I'm using... I'm trying a new little setup here, and I'm having to reach a little farther. There we go. This is the Heartwarming Hugs Designer Series paper. And I believe this is in the paper sale too. I might grab me some of this as well. Yes. Because it is, I love the tiny print. I love using tiny print for background papers. So that's the paper I used. I used this print for our card today. The colors are Real Red and Whisper White and Mossy Meadow. So real traditional Christmas colors. And we're going to use the Arrange a Wreath bundle that's in the annual catalog to make the card. The dies in that bundle make all of these images. So it's a real fun set. All right. So to make our card, I've got a card base. I'm using Old Olive because I wanted a little contrast with the Mossy Meadow, the darker green. And it is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4, and then folded in half. That's our card base. And then the first layer is a layer of Mossy Meadow cardstock. This measures 4 inches by 5 1/4. And then the Designer Series paper, I sponged some Mossy Meadow around the edges. Can you kind of see there's a little bit of a kind of a shading? So I just took some Mossy Meadow ink. Oops. And one of our Stampin' sponges that I'd cut up and just kind of went around the edges. It adds a little depth when you sponge things. Gives it a little shadow. It's kind of magic. Sorry, this is kind of boring to watch, I bet. I just want it to be deep enough. Since we're using kind of the same color, it's monochromatic, it doesn't show up. But I didn't want it to be real noticeable. That's why I didn't use any black or brown inks. But it, you can kind of see there's just a little darkness around the edge. Hey, Michelle. It's like watching paint dry. Oh, I love you so much. My shirt says fueled by coffee and chaos. It must have been one of those days when I bought it. Okay, now we're going to cut 3 different leaves or wreaths with the dies. I'm going to use this die from the set and this die from the set, both wreaths. And so I'm going to cut one with the Old Olive, one with the just Whisper White, and then we'll do one with the gold foil. And I'm going to grab those birds that I teased you with earlier. I thought I had already pulled them. using this one and this one. So I've just got a little scrap of real red that I'm going to cut those out of. So we're going to run the Big Shot or the die cutting machine real fast through twice. Make sure got everything. There we go. I think one of my birds just jumped the gun. We'll cut another one out. Sometimes the magnet tends to grab weird. So here's this little wreath. It's real cute, real pretty. And here's our green wreath. Just pop right out of there. And we'll cut a gold one out of the gold foil. Hope I cut my foil big enough. Yeah, I did. And then I need to cut another bird. There we go. Okay, so we got 3 wreaths going on here and 2 little birds. I'll get all this out of the way. Bring back our card base. And then I put all these, I put the white wreath down just with adhesive onto the card front. I'm going to poke these little extra pieces out. And I found it was just easier to use the liquid glue, and you don't have to hit every spot, just so long as you get a majority of the, it kind of looks fun when they're all kind of springing up, a little dimensional. Then I put the gold one down, and I use little mini Stampin' Dimensionals. The little ones are the perfect size. Okay. So I just went around and, spaced them to keep it secure, but I didn't go crazy with the one's a little, I don't want them to show. Okay. Thank you, Mary. I missed last night. I did a girls' night out gathering, and we made a card together on Zoom. So I was unable to attend. Mary Gunn is the founder and creator of Fun University, Funn. If you go to Mary Gunn, Gunn, Fun, Funn.com, you can read all about it. But I am part of her little, well, it's not so little, group. I learn about all things scrapbooking and card making. Get all kinds of inspiration from her. And Friday nights, Mary has craft roulette. So I think it's craftroulette.live, but if you go to her Facebook page, Mary Gunn Fun, on Facebook, you can hop on to craft roulette on Friday nights. It is pretty with just two, but I went crazy and added a third. I had two at the beginning, Donna, and then I thought, oh, we need one more, and I added the gold. I just thought peeking out. So I'm kind of putting these on here, you know, so the leaves are separate. Isn't that beautiful? And then for my little sentiment, I'm taking just a scrap of crumb cake, and I'm using the Merry from the Merry Christmas stamp, and I'm masking off the Christmas. And I just use washi tape on my photopolymer stamp here. I'm covering up the Christmas and just allowing the Merry to be shown. And then I'm going to ink that up with some Memento Tuxedo Black ink. And then you pull off the washi tape. Don't forget to do that. Ask me how I know. And then we're just going to use the word Merry. And then I'm using the classic label punch. Can somebody give me a shout out for remembering the name of this punch? Carol, I'm always asking you what the name is. The classic label punch. So I'm punching that little Mary out of my scrap of crumb cake. And then I always like to come in the outside and do a flag instead of a point. So I have the tiniest little sentiment, and I'm going to just glue that on to my wreath with some of this liquid glue. Let that dry a minute. And then I put my little birdies on, and I put them on with a dimensional too, a mini dimensional. I just want to make it look like they're kind of sitting on the wreath, chirping away. This one actually I could glue onto the tag. Okay, and then the last thing I did is I took that linen, the new linen thread that I love, braided linen trim. And I just took the tiniest little length and I tied a knot in it. I was going to put a bow, but the bow was kind of big and it kind of took away from the little birds. But I wanted a little something on there. So I did the knot. And I adhered that onto the wreath with a mini glue dot. Kind of put it in the corner of the tag. And then I took my little U-pick tool and shredded it. Is that the right word? I shredded the, I unwove it. I unwove the woven linen trim. And of course, when I did it last night, it wasn't this difficult. Here we go. I just thought that looked kind of fun. Kind of like the bird is making a nest with the thread. I definitely don't need this much. Basically adds a little extra different texture. Thank you, Michelle. Okay. Whoa, I almost cut my tag. That would have been bad. There we go. That is the card. Isn't it cute? I just love this card. This may be my Christmas card this year. Yeah, it's pretty easy to put together when you have the dies. So yeah, you could just cut a bunch of those wreaths and birds and set them aside and just do mass production and have a bunch of Christmas cards ready to roll um, pretty quickly. Thank you, ladies, for joining me today. I guess it's Wednesday, so I will be back on Monday. Monday, it'll be at 10 a.m. because I have my sale that starts at 2. So I'll do a quick morning, make it Monday. And then if you're out and about and live in the Kansas City area, stop by my retired product sale. If you want any more information about that, be sure and reach out to me. I'd be happy to answer any questions you have. So we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.